Call the meeting to order. May I have the reading of the Open Public Meetings Act?
In compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act, adequate notice of this meeting of the Council was provided by transmitting a copy of the meeting notice to the Madison Eagle and the Morris County Daily Record, posting a copy on the bulletin board at the main entrance of Borough Hall, and filing a copy in the office of the clerk, all on December 13, 2012. Copies of said notice were made available to members of the general public.
Roll call, please.
Mayor Conley.
Here.
Mrs. Tsukamoto.
She is absent, excused.
Dr. Esposito.
Here.
Mr. Links.
Absent, excused.
Mr. Catalanello.
Here.
Mr. Landrigan.
Here.
Mrs. Vitale.
Here.
And I'd like to call up Rabbi Ruth Gaze of the Havarat Lam Denu Synagogue for invocation. Rabbi Gaze.
New and departing members of Madison Borough Council. Our Bible tells us that God chose King Solomon to build his temple because when Solomon prayed to God, he did not ask for long life or for riches or for the death of his enemies. Solomon asked for one thing only, a lev shomea, a phrase that can be translated in two ways, a hearing heart and an understanding mind. And today, that is what I ask God on your behalf, that God grant each of you a hearing heart and an understanding mind, so that as you go about your sacred work of cherishing, repairing, and building your beautiful community, you will listen closely and constantly to the cries and voices of everyone in Madison, including your own. By doing this, you build upon the work of your predecessors and prepare the way for those who will follow you. So I ask God to bless you as you begin your task today. Yivarechacha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you and protect you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chunecha. May God's light illuminate you, and may God's grace be with you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God look at you and bless all the goodness there is in you, and may God grant you and Madison, the city of roses, the great blessing of peace, now and always. Ken Yehi Ratzon, may it be God's will.
Thank you. Very nice. May the presentation of colors by the Madison Police Department Honor Guard. Dan Collins, please lead us in the pledge. Working his way up to the audience there.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And to sing the Star-Spangled Banner, Patty Doyle.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er
Patty, thank you so much. That was beautiful. I'm going to welcome a few of our guests in just a few minutes, but we will move on to the oath of office. First, Council Member Ostry Bailey. Oath will be administered by Raymond Cody, Esquire. Got the mic? Yeah.
Thank you. Please state your name. I, Oscar J. Bailey,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties of
all the duties of
council member
council member
of the Borough of Madison
of the Borough of Madison,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my abilities.
I further solemnly swear
I further solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New Jersey,
of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith
and that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same
and allegiance to the same,
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and in this state
and in this state,
under the authority of the people.
and under the authority of the people.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Councilman Ben Wolkowitz, please come up. The oath will also be administered by Raymond Cody, Esquire.
I, please state your name,
Benjamin Wolkowitz,
do solemnly affirm
do solemnly affirm
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties of
all the duties of
council member
council member
of the Borough of
of
Madison
the Borough of Madison
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
I further solemnly affirm
I further solemnly affirm
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New Jersey,
of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith
and I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same
and allegiance to the same
and to the governments
and to the governments
established in the United States
established in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Our tradition dictates that you don't take your seats until we have recognized the outgoing council members, but I think when I see two empty seats and Dr. Esposito all by himself on this side, I think it'd be appropriate for you to come up and join the table, so to speak. Do we have nameplates?
Hey, Doc, you got friends on this side now.
I felt lonely.
Not alone. And we'll figure out our regular seating arrangement in our next meeting, so
Okay.
we'll save the shuffling around. I do want to recognize special guests in the audience, and hopefully I will have recognized everyone as they've come in here. But we have our Assemblyman John McKeon, Assemblywoman Myla J.C. And we have freeholder John Kirkus, who has come back home again. And John.
Donnelly, and I asked just to say a brief word. I was mayor committeeman in Washington Township, Long Valley, for 12 years, but I was born and raised here in Madison. So I think many of you probably already know my character. And it is so appropriate for me on my first day as freeholder and my first public event to be here. I was class of 78, my wife was Carolyn Campbell, class of 79. Also graduated from Drew, 82. So it is a pleasure to be here. I look forward to working with you, Mayor. I congratulate the new council people and returning council people.
Thank you.
Nice to meet the dignitaries here also. And I know that as someone whose 13th birthday was on Friday, July 13th, 1973, this can be a good year. 2012 was a trying year. We survived it, the Mayan calendar included. And I look forward to working with you, Mayor. Please, you have a native, a friend, a local, an Orchard kid. Feel free to call me anytime.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
And we'll be calling these three up a little bit later, but I just want to recognize in the audience Mayor Paul Smith, Councilman Charlie Cucuzzo, and Councilman Vic Turberian from Union Beach. Welcome. And now I'd like to call up Steve Finkelstein from Madison Junior School. Going to do a little presentation. I think we also have the student council president, and so let's, yeah, microphone. Yeah, I don't do
I teach middle school, so I'm sure I can speak loud enough.
Robert, are you picking it? Yeah, we need to pick it up for the, that one, perfect.
First, this is Owen Matthews. She's our student council president for the Madison Junior School. And Owen's going to share a little bit about our experience in helping out with Union Beach in a minute. But before we even go into it, first, I got a call, I guess, 2 days before Madison officially adopted Union Beach and had a press conference here. Jim Burdett called me Tuesday night, and in 48 hours I scrambled to try and figure out, well, what could we actually do? How could we help out, you know, our friends in need down in southern New Jersey? And it seemed like everybody was in need, but this seemed like such an amazing opportunity for all of our students. And I'd be lying if I said it wasn't an amazing opportunity for me as a teacher or our principal or any of the people in the town of Madison who didn't go down and lend a helping hand. And within maybe 3 weeks from there, through the help of a lot of amazing people to make the trip happen, we were able to go down to Union Beach for a full day. I'm just going to quickly just kind of give you an overview of the day, then Owen's going to kind of go in detail. And one of the things that we had promised that we would do when we went down to Union Beach was document everything we had done. As a way to show the public, our Board of Education, but more importantly also our students back at the junior school, what really happened down there, because the damage in southern New Jersey was very different from the damage in northern New Jersey, as we all know and seen from many, many pictures. So we arrived at Union Beach very early. Jim Burnett was a huge help in arranging us to get down there, meet with the AmeriCorps, and then from there we took a tour of the area, which I think Owen will explain what that was like. After the tour, we went to work for 2.5 hours, and then fortunately enough, on that particular day, Investors Bank had donated $15,000 worth of building supplies, 4 truckloads. We only did 1 truckload. I think our students were happy with just that, 1 truckload. They were a little exhausted. And we had the opportunity to unload supplies from Madison by Madison kids. And then we had a presentation by the AmeriCorps volunteers and what they do and how they help out. And also we had a presentation with some of the dignitaries from Union Beach to present them with a check for $1,600 on behalf of the junior school. So I'm going to first turn it over to Owen so she can kind of let you know a little bit what it was like from the eyes of an 11 through 14-year-old, although she's on the higher end. We did have students who were fairly young with us. So Owen Matthews, student council president.
Hi,
Recently, the Madison Junior School Student Council and the peer leaders, which is a group of 8th graders, traveled to Union Beach to help clean up. And we took a bus tour at first. And I think we were all pretty awed because in Madison, we were sort of damaged, but it was nothing compared to this. And I had seen pictures, but it was still, wow, it was amazing. And most of the homes had been damaged by up to 3 feet of floodwaters, which is sewage and salt water, which is very damaging. And as you got closer to the beach, the damage became more and more severe. There were about 2 blocks of homes which were just completely piles of rubble. They were completely gone. And I think that really made all of the students on the buses realize how intense the damage was. And we also saw their school, and we were told that their school had 2 feet of salt and sewage water in it. And so the little first graders had to be shipped out to different towns. All of the students had to be shipped out to different towns to go to school. And I can just imagine being a first grader and going to some strange place and going to school. And I think we really realized how severe the damage was compared to Madison. And so we cleaned up the beach, we cleared away rubble in the beach and on some parks, and all of the townspeople were very thankful. Some residents even came and talked to us, and they said, "It's good people like you who are helping us that is making this experience so much easier for us." And I think it really hit us hard that what we were doing was actually helping. And then, after we cleaned up the beach and the park, as Mr. Fink said, Investors Bank donated over $15,000 of building supplies. So we unloaded all of the building supplies, and we unloaded 1 truck full of wood mostly into a trailer in an assembly line. And we realized how tiring the work was, and what the AmeriCorps people go out every day and help out and help out. And I think it inspired us to help out some more. And the peer leaders had held a movie night where they showed Toy Story at the junior school, and they raised over $1,600 for Union Beach. And that was really great because the peer leaders got to hand them the check, and I think we all felt very proud that we were able to help out, donate some money. And I think it was a very eye-opening experience because we had never actually gone to a place and physically helped out before. We had fundraisers for other disaster relief, but we had never actually physically gone and worked. And I think that it really made us realize how close to home the damage was. Thank you.
I think one of my favorite parts of the entire experience, which we may or may not see in the little mini documentary of the day, was the true gift that only a child can bring to a disaster, you know, the little silver lining. And as they were loading all of this wood, there these kids were in an assembly line, about 40 of them, singing Jingle Bells. It was such an uplifting moment for all the AmeriCorps volunteers who were there. And there's one gentleman here, he was a ride, Steve, and he loved it. It just brought such energy, and I think that's what they did. The video, unfortunately, my hard drive hit a complete economical fiscal cliff this morning, so all I have left is my rough draft. So I'm going to try and fast forward to different pieces. But to introduce it, like Owen said, people came out to see us, and this one woman came out of her home to see us, and I thought her words were just absolutely amazing to the kids. So I think we're just, let me just see if I can change it. And hopefully the sound is on. The whole thing's 11 minutes, so I'm going to try and cut it down to about 6 here. This is just a rough draft, unfortunately.
We were very scared. My granddaughter and great-granddaughter lived with us. They left. But it breached the storm. Storm breached the park. And we were very, very scared because it was just my husband and I. And the house was actually shaking. And it did damage that I told you that we didn't find out until yesterday that part of the roof was gone. And we didn't even know that because we lived the 3 many of those people were cold, and they didn't have shelter, and so many of our people were cold, and they didn't have shelter. And thank you again from the bottom of my heart, and I know the whole keyboard thanks you. I wish we were here, we could have brought something. But we really, really appreciate your concern. And what we need in this earth of ours is people helping people and people loving people. No more fighting, no more all this stuff, but gently help people.
Okay, good. They're learning the lesson.
That's all. I love you all, and I really appreciate what you're doing.
The next part was the tour. I'm going to just kind of show a little bit about the work that we did that particular day. really appreciated all of us really singing throughout, despite maybe being a little bit off key, but don't mind us to talk about being off key. Hold on one sec. All right, here we go. I know it's hard to hear, it was just so windy and not much I can do about that. It'll come up, I'm sorry. There we go. But really, I think it was a firefight home. They were exhausted. There was a lot of work to be done, and there probably still is. And I thank everybody who made the opportunity for the students possible, from the Board of Ed to the Town Council, to the Union Beach officials, to Junior from AmeriCorps, to the parents who allowed their children to go down, and which was kind of an unknown, because we weren't sure exactly what we were going to do that day. So what parent would let their kids go down and clean up without knowing exactly what we were going to be doing? So without all of those people's support, this would have never happened. So thank you for allowing us to share a little bit of how we could contribute just a small amount to the massive amount of efforts that are going to be needed to help Union Beach, not only that day, but going forward. So thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Finkelstein, and also, and thank you. Your leadership not only helped people in need on that day, but I think has set a tone of helping others for a lifetime ahead. So I thank you. Before we call some others up here, I want a motion on Resolution 24-2013. We're pulling this one out of the normal consent agenda resolution. This is a resolution of the Borough of Madison authorizing a donation of police patrol vehicle to Union Beach, New Jersey Police Department. May I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Discussion? Seeing none, vote please. Get you out of order here.
Right, right. I'm out of Dr. Esposito,
Yes.
Mr. Catalanello,
Yes.
Mr. Landrigan,
Yes.
Mrs. Vitale,
Yes.
Ms. Bailey,
Yes.
Mr. Wolkowitz.
Yes.
Okay. And if I can have Mayor Smith, Councilman Cucuzzo, and Councilman Zuberian please come up. And Dan Collins. Mayor, Dan, on behalf of the Venture Crew in Madison, has a check to present to you.
So yearly we do a electronics recycling drive to help raise funds for both our efforts, and in addition we usually donate a portion of those funds to a community effort. This year we have decided to present the town of Union Beach with a check to help with their recovery efforts.
We were going to present the keys to the car, but we will be in town to deliver it and to help you get through this tough time. I just want to emphasize, I don't know, is Gary Aikman in the audience? Gary, he's one of our partners, but just how this partnership grew and how working together can make a difference to those in need. You know, this came out of, in the early days of the storm, before we even reached beyond our borders, the theme was whether you were the first to get your power back or the last to get your power back, we were all in this together. And as Madison was put together, we reached out beyond there. And this is some of the things, and this is not to cover everything, that our town has been able to do for Union Beach. Donations are over $80,000 right now and growing, including $32,000 of cash and building materials, $15,000 of materials from Investors Bank, $10,000 from Quest Diagnostics Foundation, $20,000 of cash and building materials from the Jewish Federation of Metro West, $2,000 anonymous donors, $250 from the Chamber of Commerce, $100 gift cards from Friends of Carmelo Vitale, $750 of paper goods from Thomas Harlan Potus, $1,000 in food donated to Project Paul through a virtual food drive, $1,600 from the junior school we heard about already, and $1,650 from Poor Herbie's from various events there. But this partnership has been able to go do more by being hands-on, and this is what also happened. Our electrical inspector, Bob Smith, fire and electrical inspector, our fire chief, Lou DeRosa, and our construction official, Russ Brown, donated a day to go down there, do inspections so homes could get powered up again. 2 truckloads of gifts from the Madison PBA, 4 truckloads of furniture, including living room sets, tables, chairs, sofas, beds from the Jewish Federation, gift cards, stuffed animals, Christmas cards donated by the Jewish Federation, and then the hands-on volunteering, Rotarians, Scouts, the junior school, which you saw in the video, and a continued effort through Madison residents. Also, the Jewish Federation Metro West went down there on a staff day on December 19th with volunteers, and then sent 60 volunteers down on the 23rd. This is what makes this state great, this country great, as we work together to get through tough times.
Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Madison. First of all, thank you. Dan, you know, when I first took the oath of office, I was told never take an envelope. But God bless you. Mr. Finkelstein and Owen, you know, your presentation was unbelievable. You almost had me in tears there. That was a beautiful presentation, very well spoken. God bless you. And the borough of Madison, I know I speak for the whole town and my colleagues here. We can't thank you enough for what you're doing, and from the bottom of our hearts. And I know that Councilman Tiberian wants all these boys and girls to have another trip to Union Beach in the summer. He promised them he's going to make them hot dogs and hamburgers on the beach. So we need another class trip. And I do have one story that I've been telling ever since October 29th. And it's the 2 good things that came out of Sandy. And the first good thing is my wife has been bothering me for 4 years to clean up my closet. My closet is now spotless. And it's got all the wood in, by the way. The second thing is we have met so many beautiful people. It's unbelievable how they've touched us. And I mean, like I said, I'm almost in tears, and I thought I was a lot stronger than that, but it's the generosity from throughout this country and the beautiful people like Madison. Like I said, we can't thank you enough. God bless all of you, and a happy and healthy New Year.
Absolutely.
One of the great traditions of our New Year's Day reorganization meeting is to recognize all the hard work that is done behind the scenes. We're the group on camera all the time, but what really happens is the committee work. And we have several stepping down after over 5 years of service. and we want to recognize those. For service to MASA, which is Madison Alliance Addressing Substance Abuse. For 9 years of service from 2004 to 2012, Susan Behrens. Susan. Many of our volunteers wear many hats, and this one is no exception. We're recognizing him for his 5 years on Open Space, Recreation and Historic Preservation Committee, and that is Dave Carver from 2008 to 2012. Is John Ciolo here? Yes. For 8 years on the Zoning Board of Adjustment, one of those really tough committees because that's when a lot of homework is required, training is required, and a lot of thought and to decisions that make a long-standing change in Madison potentially. So, John, thank you so much for your work. And also for the Zoning Board of Adjustment, Daniel Cochran from 2008-2012. Come on up. Some people not only work years, they work decades. I didn't see Phil Dibiase in the audience, but serving on the Parks Advisory Committee from 1992 to 2012. So, it's a round of applause for Phil Dibiase. Jim Green, come on up. Environmental Commission, 2004 to 2012. I know Dana Navarado from HPC, Historic Preservation Commission, could not make it, but 2003 to 2012. So I did see Roy Redmond in the audience. Roy Redmond for 8 years on the Environmental Commission. Thank you so much. Daniel Seidel told me the other day he was not going to be able to make it for 5 years on the Parks Advisory Committee. So we thank Daniel for his service. One of our very special volunteers, and she made it very clear to me when I greeted her this morning that just because she's leaving the Senior Advisory Committee doesn't mean she is retiring from helping out and helping the seniors throughout this town. Nora Stewart. Yeah. And this one is a very special one. Sorry. Let me grab composure for a second. 35 years of service to this town on the Madison Housing Authority. This medallion is only a tip of the iceberg of what this woman did for Madison. Again, it was on the Housing Authority we were recognizing her for, but she also, as I'll repeat in my comments, led the Madison Eagle Fund, that was one of the founders of the Eagle Fund, someone taking care of those in need for 35 years plus. and we lost her this year. Barbara Walk, her son Chris is here to accept us. And anyone who has attended Housing Authority meetings not only saw Barbara there for 35 years, but for 25 of those 35 years, Irv Valkes was at her side, also taking leadership in the battle for affordable housing in this great community. We lost Irv just a few weeks ago. I don't know if anyone from the Valkes family.
She is.
Oh,
She's
Thank
here.
you so much. Council members want to come up and stand behind us?
You, all of us?
Talk about dedication and working hard to get a job. It was my honor 5 years ago to nominate Dr. Vincent Esposito to council position, replacing Mariana's position. He had, I think if I remember, had run 2 consecutive years, was appointed, and it just so happened that he had to run again. So he ran 3 times to serve this great town for five years. And he did it with pride and hard work. And on behalf of the borough, I want to present this proclamation. Whereas Vincent Dr. Esposito has served the borough of Madison, this is heavy, as council member from January 28, 2008 through December 31st, 2012, during which he served as council president from January 1, 2011 through December 31st, 2011. Whereas during his term of office, Councilman Esposito served as chair or co-chair of committee affairs, 2009, 2008 and 9, and co-chair, health and public assistance, joint meeting. He served as operating chair, property maintenance emergency committee, public safety, public works and engineering, utilities. And whereas Councilman Dr. Esposito has served on the following boards and commissions: the PDC, Electric Utility Study Commission, Madison Community Pool, Madison Recreation Center Ad Hoc Advisory Committee, Open Space Historic Preservation Advisory Committee, Planning Board, Recreation Advisory Committee, and Senior Citizens Advisory Committee. Whereas Councilman Esposito's family have a long history of public service, and whereas Councilman Esposito always took particular pride in being the liaison for public works and electric utility, and whereas Councilman Esposito initiated a process to develop an asset management plan for each of the borough utility operations, and whereas Councilman Esposito, as chair of the Electric Utility Study Committee, developed a managed purchase approach to secure electricity for the borough in the future, which will result in tremendous benefits for all residents. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the governing body of the Borough of Madison and the County of Morris and the State of New Jersey wishes to express its gratitude and appreciation to Councilman Vincent Dr. Esposito for his dedicated service and commitment to Madison. We, the mayor and members of the council, have enjoyed the privilege of working with him and extend our best wishes to him and his family in all future endeavors.
help the citizens of Madison. I was born and raised here in town, and there's no better way of giving back to the town than to be here with my fellow council. My wife has already started a to-do list. She's on page 5, and I'm not quite sure the few items I don't think we even have. So I'll have to take a look at that and see. I'd like to thank my former council members, present council members, returning council members, and new council members. And I know they'll do a great job for you. And my special thanks to the citizens of Madison. You deserve a special thanks. Thank you.
It's been a pleasure working with you, and I have to apologize. I looked at the to-do list, and the first thing on there was bring home flowers. This is a great building with great things happening in it. It's been great to have you working inside this building, and this is the computer there with the partly Dodge moving on there, and of course your traditional council chair, which I will tell you is more comfortable than the chair you have. Before I let you go, there is the old, but wait, there's more. The Downtown Development Commission wanted to recognize your effort for all your years working with them. So deep appreciation of your years of service, Dr. Vincent Esposito with Fox and the BBC. Thank you so much. And now we will, despite the fact we've already taken our first vote.
We weren't supposed
Right.
to vote, I don't think.
Right. We will do a roll call with our sitting council.
Mayor Conley,
Here?
Mr. Catalanello,
Here.
Mr. Landrigan,
Here.
Mrs. Vitale,
Here.
Ms. Bailey,
Here.
Mr. Wolkowitz.
Here.
And now for the election of the council president, may I have a motion for a council president?
Mr. Mayor, with great personal pleasure, I would like to nominate and move the appointment of Carmela Vitale to become council president for the Borough of Madison for this year, 2013.
Do I have a second?
Yes, I would like to second that.
Discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Catalanello,
Yes.
Mr. Landrigan,
Yes.
Mrs. Vitale.
Yes.
Ms. Bailey,
Yes.
and Mr. Wolkowitz.
Yes.
Yes, you are allowed to vote for yourself. Just
Yes.
And now, may I have a motion for the council bylaws for 2013?
Mr. Mayor, I move that the existing bylaws be adopted as the bylaws of the governing body of the Borough of Madison for the year 2013.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call vote.
Mr. Catalanello,
Yes.
Mr. Landrigan,
Yes.
Mrs. Vitale,
Yes.
Ms. Bailey?
Yes.
Mr. Wolkowitz?
Yes.
And just a quick comment as we go into the next agenda item. Last year, we did have a review of the bylaws, a committee that consisted of Council President Jeannie Tsukamoto, Councilman Bob Landrigan, and Councilwoman Carmela Vitale. And part of the routine is just to visit it periodically to make sure the bylaws reflect our current practices, change them if necessary, or sometimes as a reminder that our practices may not reflect what the bylaws did. So, and that was one of the processes in place this year. In the bylaws is the note that the mayor appoints the council standing committees with council approval. So with that in mind, I have the following appointments to make. As chair of Finance and Borough Clerk, Benjamin Wolkowitz, backup Robert Landrigan. Public Safety, Chair Austria Bailey, backup Ben Wolkowitz. Public Works and Engineering, Chair Robert Catanello, backup Austria Bailey. Utilities, Jeannie Tsukamoto, and backup Carmela Vitale. Health, Chair Carmela Vitale, backup Jeannie Tsukamoto. And Community Affairs, Chair Robert Landrigan, backup Rob Catanello. May I have a motion for those appointments?
Mr. Mayor, I move confirmation of the foregoing appointments.
Do I have a second?
I second.
Discussion? Roll call vote.
Mr. Catalanello?
Yes.
Mr. Landrigan?
Yes.
Mrs. Vitale?
Yes.
Ms. Bailey?
Yes.
Mr. Wolkowitz?
Yes.
And now comes the exciting part. Now it's the mayor's annual message to our great town. And I want to thank everyone for coming out on this day. A few years ago, we broke the tradition of New Year's Day, and because turnout was not so great. And over the last couple of years, we've been wall to wall in here. So I appreciate everyone taking a break on their New Year's Day to come out here. Again, I want to thank Dr. Esposito for his 5 years of service to Madison, and I want to thank Don Links for his service to our residents. I'm sorry he couldn't be with us today, but I thank all those that were here at the council meeting on December 10th as we recognize Don for his effort on behalf of Madison. Welcome back to Austria. You took a break to recharge your batteries, so I look forward to picking up where you left off.
Okay.
And welcome, Ben. While you may be the rookie at the table, you have spent the last few months getting up to speed, and I know you are ready for the task at hand. And of course, welcome back, Rob, Bob, and Carmela. And I'm sorry that Jeannie is under the weather today and couldn't be here. I know she is here in spirit. Last night, the new year was welcomed with our 80-year-old fire horn. Hopefully you heard this. This was brought back through the work of the Hartley Dodge Memorial Trustees and the expertise and dedication of our construction officer, Russ Brown. But really what made this event so special was the fact that this horn was powered by the universal sigh of relief that 2012 was over. As the Madison Eagle called the weeks after Hurricane Sandy the worst and best of times, 2012 was much the same. We had our challenges, but every time, Madison came out stronger. And this is not to bring back some bad memories, but to emphasize what a great community we live in. Madison was thrown for a loop in last February, but what we saw over the next few weeks is part of what makes us stand out. In a council meeting that had to be moved to accommodate the crowd, we saw residents who showed nothing but respect. We also saw an elected body who recognized a mistake and made things right. Washington should take note. The only pledge elected officials should make is that they will listen and act in the best interest of their constituents. And as we weathered that storm, little did we know what would happen on the anniversary of 2011's Halloween storm. Superstorm Sandy hit New Jersey with force and destruction that we have never seen and hopefully will never see again in our lives. Again, out of that devastation, we saw Madison at its best. Within the first week, we had neighbors opening up their homes to those without heat, residents sharing generators to those without power, volunteers putting endless hours in, our DPW, our electric department, putting in hours to get this town back together. And when Madison was made whole, we did not stop there. Initially, we provided support to our neighboring towns, helping restore power. And then we partnered with Union Beach, a community that put our Sandy damages in perspective. We lost our power. They lost their homes. This partnership will continue in 2013. And as we talk about dealing with adversity, we cannot forget about our colleague and friend Don Links. As ALS attacked his body, he never turned his back on his mission to continue to work to volunteer for Madison, especially as it related to his goal to work on the sports complex at the Madison Recreation Center. He is an inspiration to all of us, and you will hear shortly that he wants to continue his work, and he will be named to the Madison Recreation Advisory Committee. Also, in the year, we said farewell to, we lost some of our most dedicated residents. Mayor Glenn Head, who also provided leadership to the Board of Education. Mayor Ralph Ingelsman, who wrote the book on consensus building. Joe Mazzocca, whose legal expertise and caring approach guided Madison for years. Joe DiMarzo, who literally built our town with quality that became a sales pitch in real estate listing. DiMarzo built is something special. Barbara Volk, who served on the Madison Housing Authority for 35 years, many as its chair, and who founded the Madison Eagle Christmas Fund, dedicating her life to taking care of those who are less fortunate. And just as we enter this holiday season, we lost Irv Valkes, who shared Barbara's passion for providing affordable housing. Irv served on the Housing Authority for 25 years and was also the treasurer for Madison Little League for decades. These are volunteers and public servants who have raised the bar. Another area where you stand out is the cooperation of the Board of Education with the redevelopment of Green Village Road school property. The two elected bodies have worked closely to maximize the value of the property through development that we will all be proud of. We look forward to bringing this to closure in 2013 with the sale of the property. And 2012 saw the kickoff of our Chief Executive Council for Madison. Madison is based on the mission, this council is based on the mission to network, discuss leadership best practices, define areas of potential collaboration, and to identify ways to support Madison's corporate neighbors, along with bringing along our next generation of leaders. Co-chairs Stephen Rokowski, CEO of Quest Diagnostics, Vivian Bull, interim president of Drew University, and I were joined by almost 20 other CEOs who live or work in Madison. Within 8 hours of the adjournment of our initial meeting, our partnership with Union Beach was underway. Kicked off with a $10,000 anonymous donation from an executive council member. Support followed with a truckload of lumber from several donors, including Investors Bank. Martin Heller reached out to the Jewish Federation of Metro West and provided support in the way of cash, lumber, beds, and hands-on volunteers. All this rose out of a kickoff meeting that lasted 1 hour. Can you imagine what is on the horizon for this group? And as we look back on 2012, we cannot avoid thinking about the tragedy at Sandy Hook Elementary School. Our hearts go out to the families of Newtown, Connecticut, those who lost their children, those whose lives will never be the same as this tragedy unfolded in their quiet town. This served as a reminder of how vulnerable we are and that no one is safe. As a community and a nation, we must do all that is possible to prevent this senseless violence. Today, I signed a pledge joining Mayors Against Gun Violence, a nationwide effort including mayors Bloomberg and Booker. Rob Catanello will be presenting a resolution at our January 14th meeting urging Congress to take the New Jersey laws as the laws for this nation. Rob will be quick to point out that he is a member of the NRA, while I'm a member of the Brady Campaign to Prevent Gun Violence. We are together on this because enough is enough. We look forward to what 2013 can bring us, and with the 13, we hope that it brings us better luck. But we know you can only adjust luck with a lot of work. So here are a few tasks I hope we can tackle in 2013. Last year, as I laid out the goals in 2012, I may have been a little ambitious. So some of these may sound a little familiar. We have our new fields in the Madison Recreation Complex. If you haven't seen it in action, make a point to visit this spring on a Saturday. It is a sight to behold with so many concurrent activities, serving not only our recreation programs, but also, because of its location, providing top-notch facilities for our Madison High School. The construction is completed, including a beautiful field house, but much work remains, and we have made a promise that these fields will be built on a partnership. We have dedicated volunteers in Madison Athletic Foundation working on fundraising through agreement with the borough. Albeit, as I described to several people recently, it's an agreement that was founded on eggshells. So to move forward fundraising even more and to move off these eggshells, I have asked Rob Catanello to lead a committee to solidify this partnership so we can achieve our common goals, raise funds, retire debt, and effectively manage the facility. Rob has accepted this task without hesitation. Thank you, Rob. And a holdover from last year is developing a comprehensive strategic plan for Madison. Our 2 new council members ran on a platform that emphasized the need for long-range planning. I will hold you to that promise, and I expect you to do the same to me. Over the next 2 months, we will develop a planning process, understanding that this is a monumental task and that it will take many volunteers and staff that will be busy for the full year. And as we go into 2013, we'll be continuing our town hall meetings with a goal of 1 a quarter. These meetings were held in 2012, were very helpful. With the planning process in place, these meetings will be even more important to bring in broader involvement from residents. Shortly, you'll be hearing the names of volunteers appointed to committees, and they represent just the tip of the volunteer iceberg. We expect a lot from our committees, but we don't always give them the tools to get the job done. With that in mind, we will hold our first annual committee chair and leadership meeting no later than the first week of February. We will cover how to run effective meetings, responsibilities of chairs, and of course, in a common theme, their committee's roles in strategic planning. And of course, our immediate goal today is the fact we have football games to watch and Twilight Zone marathons to fall asleep to. So with that in mind, let's get to business at hand, and to all, I wish you a happy and healthy New Year. Appointment of borough officials. I would nominate and appoint the following named persons to serve in the following official capacities, and these are subject to confirmation. Borough Administrator Raymond Cody, January 2013 through January 31st, 2015. Borough Attorney Matthew Giacobbe, Esquire, annual appointment. Borough Engineer Robert Vogel, January 1, 2013 through December 31st, 2015. Housing Officer Lisa Gula, annual appointment. Zoning Officer Frank Russo, Umland Engineering, annual appointment. Deputy Zoning Officer Dan Buckaloo, annual appointment. Fire Code Official Lou DeRosa, annual appointment.
Mr. Mayor, I move confirmation of the foregoing appointments.
Second?
Discussion? Roll call vote.
Mr. Catalanello?
Yes.
Mr. Landrigan?
Yes.
Mrs. Vitale?
Yes.
Ms. Bailey?
Yes.
Mr. Wolkowitz?
Yes.
And I wish to make the I speak for 5 minutes and my mouth goes south on me. I wish to make the following appointments that are not subject to council confirmation. For the Environmental Commission, 3-year term through December 31st, 2015, Stephen Stockert. Unexpired 3-year term through December 31st, 2013, Jeffrey Sarrett. 2-year term through December 31st, 2014, as alternate number 1, Judy Honahan. Unexpired 2-year term through December 31st, 2013, Mary Lewis. And 1-year appointments, Betsy Ullman, Chair, Jeffrey Gertler, Planning Board Representative, and Robert Catanello, Council Liaison. Historic Preservation Commission, John Forte, Class C Regular, Carmen Toto, Class C Regular, Janet Foster, Class A Regular. 2-year term through December 31st, 2014 as alternate number 2, Dave Luber. Unexpired 2-year term through December 31st, 2013, Margaret Weisgerber. And 1-year term through December 31st, 2013, Robert Catanello, Council Liaison. Housing Authority, as the mayor's appointment, unexpired 5-year term through August 10, 2014, George Heyman. Planning Board, unexpired 3-year term through December 31st, 2013, Judy Mullins. 1-year term through December 31st, 2013, John Forte, Class 2 official. And I request the council to make a motion for the appointment of the liaison from the council to the planning board.
Mr. Mayor, I move the appointment of Austri Bailey, Council Liaison, Class 3, to the Planning Board for a one-year term through December 31st, 2013.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Discussion? Roll call vote?
Mr. Catalanello?
Yes?
Mr. Landrigan?
Yes.
Mrs. Vitale?
Yes.
Ms. Bailey?
Yes.
Mr. Wolkowitz?
Yes.
And I wish to make the following appointments requiring council confirmation, all for one-year terms, expiring December 31st, 2013. Board of Education, Ben Wolkowitz. Chamber of Commerce, Robert Landrigan. Historian, Kay Leary. Housing Authority, Jeannie Tsukamoto. Joint Meeting Council Representative, Chair, Finance Chair, Ben Wolkowitz. Operating Vice Chair, Jeannie Tsukamoto. Museum of Early Trades and Crafts, Jeannie Tsukamoto. Passaic Valley Groundwater Protection Committee, Daniel Kelly. Project Community Pride, Austri Bailey. Whippany River Watershed Action Committee, Carmela Vitale. Madison Community Pool, Robert Conley as ex officio.
Mr. Mayor, I move the approval of the foregoing appointments.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call vote?
Mr. Catalanello?
Yes?
Mr. Landrigan?
Yes.
Mrs. Vitale?
Yes.
Ms. Bailey?
Yes.
Mr. Wolkowitz?
Yes.
A volunteer to read off the first group was Jeannie's list, and I need a break.
Oh, you need a break, okay.
All right,
Okay.
Council President? Okay.
Board of Health, four-year term through December 31st, 2016. Donald Bowen, regular. Unexpired two-year term through December 31st, 2013. Brenda Catalanello, alternate 1. Two-year term through December 31st, 2014. Michael Giordano, alternate 2. One-year term through December 31st, 2013. Carmela Vitale, Council Liaison. Community Garden Advisory Committee. Three-year term through December 31st, 2015. Colleen Castellano, Mary Ellen Capello, Jeffrey Thomas, Charles Van Buskirk, regulars. One-year term through December 31st, 2013, Robert Catalanello, Council Liaison. Complete Streets Committee, one-year term through December 31st, 2013, Mayor, ex officio Robert H. Conley, Public Safety Council Liaison Austri J. Bailey, Engineering Council Liaison Robert Catalanello, Borough Engineer Robert Vogel, Public Works Superintendent David Maines, Traffic Safety Officer John Keemer, Board of Education Representative Lisa Ellis, Resident Mark Chiarlanza, and Resident Kirk Oakes. And I move approval of the foregoing appointments.
Second.
Roll call vote?
Mr. Catalanello?
Yes?
Mr. Landrigan?
Yes.
Mrs. Vitale?
Yes.
Ms. Bailey?
Yes.
Mr. Wolkowitz?
Yes.
And I request that Mr. Cananello announce the mayor's appointments for the following committees.
Thank you, Mayor. Downtown Development Commission, three-year term through December 31st, 2015. Carla Brady, at large. James E. Burnett, ex officio. Craig Arizuma, at large. Wayne Lejeski, medical doctor, owner merchant. Stephen Whitehorn, owner merchant. Marsha Ann Zimmerman, Chamber of Commerce representative. Unexpired three-year term through December 31st, 2013. Mark Fabianski, resident representative. One-year term through December 31st, 2013. Robert Landrigan, council liaison. Electric Utility Study Committee, one-year term to December 31st, 2013. Martin Barbado, James Burnett, Raymond Cody, Robert Califat, Jeffrey Kerr, Robert Moutone, Susan Patinaude, I'm sorry, my name like Catalanello, I should be able to get these, I'm sorry. Michael Piano, Ronald Porter, Alan Sawyer, Kevin Williams, Herbert Worthington, Carmela Vitale, Jeannie Tsukamoto, Council Liaison. Library Trustees, five-year term to December 31st, 2017. Gary Ruckelhaus, trustee. Unexpired five-year term to December 31st, 2015. William Van Ryzen, trustee.
Mr. Mayor, I move approval of the foregoing appointments.
I have a second?
Second.
I second. Awesome.
Discussion? We'll call a vote.
Mr. Catalanello?
Yes.
Mr. Landrigan?
Yes.
Mrs. Vitale?
Yes.
Ms. Bailey?
Yes.
Mr. Wolkowitz?
Yes.
I request that Mr. Landrigan please announce mayor's appointments for the following committees.
Local Emergency Planning Council for 2013, the Administrator, Assistant Borough Administrator, Borough Engineer, Construction Official, Electric Utility Superintendent, Fire Chief, Health Officer, the Mayor, Superintendent of Public Works, Council Member Astrid J. Bailey, Auxiliary Police John Granato, Board of Education Representative John Connolly, Madison Eagle, Gary Herzog, MCJM, the Sewer Superintendent Chris Manick, Medical Representative Dr. Wayne Lajewski, Drew University Representative Chief Robert C. Lucid, OEM Coordinator Robert Landrigan, OEM Deputy Coordinator Acting Police Chief Darren Datchison, OEM Assistant Deputy Coordinator James Caveza, Pharmacist Frank Inarone, Public Information Officer Joseph Longo, RACES Lee Storm, School Resource Officer Lisa Esposito, Secretary Christy Mannion, Senior Citizens Advisory Rep Carmela Vitale. Madison Alliance Addressing Substance Abuse, 3-year term through December 31st, 2015. Lisa Ellis, Resident Representative, Diane Festigi at Large, Catherine Plunkett, St. Vincent's Church School, Frank Inarone at Large, Vanessa Morgenthaler, Student Assistant Coordinator at Madison High School, the Reverend Thomas Murphy, Clergy, Audra Tenero, Drew Representative, Prevention Specialist. 1-year term through December 31st, 2013, Carmela Vitale, Council Liaison. Open Space, Recreation, and Historic Preservation Advisory Committee, 3-year term through December 31st, 2015, Chris Kellogg, Madison resident, number 3 of 4, Lisa Ellis, Madison resident, number 4 of 4. Unexpired 3-year term through December 31st, 2013, Ronald Potter, Madison resident, number 1 of 4. 1-year term through December 31st, 2013, Kathy Coltis, Park Advisory Committee Representative, Judy Mullins, Planning Board Representative, Missy Durham, Environmental Commission Representative, William Von Ryzen, Historic Preservation Commission Representative, Peter Hasiano, Recreation Committee Chair, Robert H. Conley, ex officio, Mayor Robert H. Conley, ex officio, Astrid J. Bailey, Council Liaison.
Mr. Mayor, I move approval of the foregoing appointments.
I'll second that.
And just one minor thing, Peter Escano is Recreation Committee Representative, but not necessarily a chair. I didn't catch that on the. Any discussion? Okay, roll call vote.
Mr. Catalanello?
Yes.
Mr. Landrigan?
Yes.
Mrs. Vitale?
Yes.
Ms. Bailey?
Yes.
Mr. Wolkowitz?
Yes.
Great. Ms. Vitale, please announce the following appointments requiring council confirmation.
Parks Advisory Committee, 1-year term through December 31st, 2013. Paula Lacco, Chair, Kathy Coltis, Secretary, Robert McDowell, Debbie Mantone, Philip Servone, Jeffrey Thomas, Lois Wolkowitz, Diane Zombeck, Robert Calanello, Council Liaison. Patriotic Celebrations Committee, 1-year term through December 31st, 2013. Ron Dibiaz, Deborah Diaz, Peter Fleming, Senior, Thomas Granato, Wayne Henderson, Jerome Holtzman, James Kemp, Chair, Sam Mantone, Jeffrey Pettit, Michael Piano, Victor Schumacher, Patrick Sherwood, Carmela Vitale, Council Liaison. Property Maintenance Emergency Committee, 1-year term through December 31st, 2013. Construction Code Official, Health Officer, Board of Health President, Board of Health Member, Astrid J. Bailey, Council Liaison, and Chair. I move the approval of the foregoing appointments.
Second.
Discussion? Vote?
Mr. Catalanello?
Yes.
Mr. Landrigan?
Yes.
Mrs. Vitale?
Yes.
Ms. Bailey?
Yes.
Mr. Wolkowitz?
Yes.
All right. Ms. Bailey, please announce the mayor's appointments for the following committees requiring council confirmation.
Recreation Advisory Committee, 1-year term through December 31st, 2013. Harvey Allen, Community Pool Representative, Dan Bollig, Robert Boyle, Brenda Catalanello, Stephen Capola, Nino Caviello, Chuck Ellis, Zach Ellis, ex officio Recreation Director, Tony Giro, Thomas Harlan-Pudis, Board of Education Representative, Peter Hiscano, Christopher Holland, Martin Horn, Donald Links, Vito Lupino, Dorina Maturano, Bill McCulhey, Carmen Pico, Ranjan Sinha, Nick Spagnoletti, Mark Sweeney, Kenneth Ware, Michael Wallace, Robert Landrigan, Council Liaison. Safety Committee, one-year term through December 31st, 2013, Borough Administrator, Assistant Borough Administrator, Borough Engineer, Chief Financial Officer / Personnel, Electric Utilities Superintendent, Fire Chief, Health Officer, Madison Chatham Joint Meeting Superintendent, Acting Police Chief, Acting Purchasing Officer, Recreation Director, Superintendent of Public Works, Ostry Bailey, Council Liaison. Senior Citizens Advisory Committee, one-year term through December 31st, 2013. Ruth Barrett, AARP Representative, Nancy Blank, at large, Ben Cahill, DDC Representative, Lena Crasto, Rexford S. Tucker Apartments Representative, Peggy Donnelly, Rose City Steppers, Sandra Fiallo, Stay Healthy Program, Edna Irely Burns, Senior Citizen Coordinator, George Heyman, Rotary Representative, Kay Leary, Thursday Morning Club Representative, Florence Rice, Madison Health Department, Kay Shaler, RSVP. Donna Sue Doughton, YMC Representative, Carrie Thompson, Madison Library Representative, Carmela Vitale Chair, Robert Landrigan, Council Liaison, and Friends of the Madison Senior Center Rep is pending.
Mr. Mayor, I move approval of each of the foregoing appointments.
Second.
Discussion and vote.
Mr. Catalanello?
Yes.
Mr. Landrigan?
Yes.
Mrs. Vitale?
Yes.
Ms. Bailey?
Yes.
Mr. Wolkowitz?
Yes.
Right, Mr. Wolkowitz, please announce the mayor's appointments for the following committees requiring council confirmation.
Sure. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Shade Tree Management Board, 5-year term through December 31st, 2017. Christine Hammett, regular. 1-year term through December 31st, 2013. Robert Catalanello, Council Liaison. Sustainable Madison Advisory Committee, 3-year terms through December 31st, 2015. Stephen Egypt and Heather Shepard. 1-year term through December 31st, 2013. Betsy Ullman, MEC Rep. Joseph Traus, Board of Education Rep. David Main, Superintendent of Public Works. James Burnett, Assistant Borough Administrator. Robert Catalanello, Council Liaison. Zoning Board of Adjustment, 4-year term through December 31st, 2016. Timothy Blair. Unexpired 4-year term through December 31st, 2014. Susan Nicolescu. Unexpired 2-year term through December 31st, 2013. Kyle Wickman. 2-year term through December 31st, 2014. Carl Hess.
Mr. Mayor, I move approval of each of the foregoing appointments.
Second that.
Discussion? Vote?
Mr. Catalanello?
Yes.
Mr. Landrigan?
Yes.
Mrs. Vitale?
Yes.
Ms. Bailey?
Yes.
Mr. Wolkowitz?
Yes.
Communications.
None received, Mayor.
And now this is our invitation for discussion, where people in the audience can step up to the microphone and speak on any topic, but you must keep your comments to 3 minutes or less, as we all are looking forward to a good New Year's Day lunch. So with those rules, is there anyone wishing to be heard? Our liaison to the, I haven't reappointed you as liaison to the people yet, Sam, so make sure you keep your comments to 3 minutes.
Mayor, Council, and citizens, I just wish you a Happy New Year and a healthy year. It's going to be a good year. Lucky 13. I was born on it. All right, just a couple of suggestions as the liaison of the people for my second year. This was a beautiful thing how you showed what the town of Madison is doing with Union Beach and all that. And I just wish that we could somehow get this cable channel 21 squared away and put these meetings on television. Because I get a lot of requests from the people that they'd like to see this, and I think it's a beautiful thing. That's the first suggestion. But also, the second one, I had a resolution that I would suggest is that if people would like to start the meetings at 8 o'clock, we'd appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Sam.
Good, we were good this year.
And as I introduced him, we kind of skipped through his official announcement that that was Sam Cerciello of Park Avenue.
Yeah.
Anyone else wishing to be heard? Seeing none, I close this part of the meeting. Consent agenda resolutions.
Consent agenda resolutions will be enacted with a single motion. Any resolution requiring expenditure is supported by a certification of availability of funds. Any resolution requiring discussion will be removed from the consent agenda. All resolutions will be reflected in full in the minutes.
Mr. Mayor, I move adoption of resolutions R1-2013 to resolution R25, 2013, that are listed on the consent agenda.
And 24, 2013 was already approved.
Okay.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call vote.
Mr. Catalanello?
Yes.
Mr. Landrigan?
Yes.
Mrs. Vitale?
Yes.
Ms. Bailey?
Yes.
Mr. Wolkowitz?
Yes.
And now, Ben, this is your big moment as the
I've been coaching Ben.
Have you been coaching, Ben? Okay. Uh-oh. Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Happy New Year, everyone.
I don't want to. I have nothing to do. I had nothing to do.